Hey folks, good morning. Lot of you are here, right? Hey Jai, good morning, brother. RS, good morning. USMC Trader, good morning. This is the free Discord link to the pin comment. If any of you would love to join our Discord, you are welcome. It's absolutely free. Hey Kushit, good morning. Rifa, good morning. Poru, good morning, brother, from Canada. Okay, you're new here, right, brother? If you are new, welcome to our community. Pona, good morning. Wanda, good morning. Jamil, bom dia. Muito bem, obrigado, amigo. Jansi, good morning. You didn't say me, you told everyone, so good morning is back. Shardik7, good morning. Khalid, good morning. Kuba, hello, brother. I can see 32 people are watching. 12 likes, guys. Please push the like button before further going further more, okay? So, hey, Mod, good morning, sister. Good morning, Dora. I'd love to come over here directly. I don't want to stop there. I'm a bit late, so we'll go faster. So, what happened? Expectation versus price action, and everything. Would love to talk about that at first. Now, everything is well known to you. I just don't want to go all of this area because I'm showing this to everyone every single day. So I don't think so. It's important to say how far this market came, what it can't do, and then what it is going to do. I don't think so. It's important to explain over here. So I'll directly will start from that area. Okay. This is that only bearish PDRA from the daily chart. This is the quadrant level. Divided this bearish PDRA by the quadrant level. Make it thinner. And as you can see, this is the first day when this market came inside this bearish PDRA. That means it was trading the 50% of the dealing range. Here the dealing range, high to low, high to low. That 50% over here, it has traded that 50%, closed above this dealing range 50%. Now it is not enough for me. As long as this market is not touching this deep premium, I can't say that this is extremely bullish yet. Yeah, my expectation is, remember, expectation is market is going higher, going to take that, not only that high, but also it's also going to take this high as well over here. That high, all-time high as well is going to be cleared before clearing that low. But I can't say that yet because it is still inside this bearish PTR, struggling to break this bearish PTR. Nobody has closed above this bearish PTR from the daily chart, as well as it didn't touch this line yet. So when it will be touched, then I will say, oh man, now I'm 100% sure market is going for that all-time high. But until then, that is just only my expectation, not the price action. So try to understand the difference between expectation and the price action. Expectation can be anything. I can expect that this market will fall from there and take that low. Could be my expectation, but the expectation has to be matched with the price action. As long as the price action is not over there, expectation doesn't have any value. Yeah, expectation will help you to hold your bias as long as it's not going to be broken by the PDRA. The expectation can be worked as your bias, but again, expectation will be activated by the price action. So my expectation is this market will first come to this deep premium, then it will go for this high, which is the intermediate term high. When this high will be cleared, then the all-time high is gonna be the next target. That is my expectation. So let's see if it works or not. As I told, almost 99% people are looking for the bearishness. Only I am the guy who told that this low can't be taken. It is a protected low. This market doesn't have any way to take that low. So it came here, started to respect what happened yesterday and today. Yesterday was the day before NFP. Now, why NFP is today? Because last week NFP was tentative, that means half shutdown, government shutdown, something like that. So last Friday there was no NFP. So what did they have done? They bring that NFP today and transferred the CPI from today to Friday. So it's a bit weird week because the news are not actually going to released in the specific day it should release. But yeah, it is still okay. However, yesterday's price was just kind of like consolidation area or something like that. We'll talk about that in a moment. But what happened? I'm going to remove this line because the premium and discount I don't need. Over here, first this market closed above the upper quadrant level, trade the high of this bearish PDRA from the daily chart. Yesterday market went higher, cleared previous day high, then started to fall. I will talk about that as well. What was the problem over there? Everything will be cleared right now. Okay, I know that it's hindsight, but as well as it's gonna help you a lot to understand how this hindsight actually worked. So here, yesterday's high has been cleared, respected the bearish PDR high, market fall, trade the 50% and rejected from there, closed over there. Today's market open, fall, cleared previous day low, trade this small volume imbalance, which is what to say, I mean the new week opening gap. It just tapped to this new week opening gap over here, as well as the lower quadrant of this bearish PDRA worked so beautifully as a support, and now this market is going higher by using the news NFP. NFP news used by the market, and the market is going higher. Now it's time to see if it can hold the bullishness uh, by today, and if the body can close above this bearish PDRA by today or not. This is the most important part for today. Again, according to the logic, as the market took previous day low before the market open, after the market open, that means after 9:30, if this market is above this high, I believe it will keep going higher, because if previous day high is taken after the market open, okay, so not before, after market open, market is above this high, I think this market will keep going higher because today is Wednesday. I can be wrong, but we'll see that in a moment, should we look for the buy bullishness or not. But so far, the lower portion of this price action perfectly respecting the 50%, nobody has closed. When it has closed first time above this 50% of this bearish period, now it is working with the upper portion. It never closed below the 50% of this bearish period. That is a good sign to me, because my expectation is market will keep going higher, and I'm seeing nobody has failed to close below the 50% of this bearish PDRA. So yeah, we went a bit lower to trade this specific PDRA before going higher. And what do I have over there? I'll talk about that in a moment. But it has perfectly traded that area. Now it is going higher. Let's see if it can keep going higher or not. I'd love to come to the 4 hour chart. So yesterday I showed you the 4 hour order block by these consecutive candles, because this candle has closed above this consecutive candle. So that was the order block to me. But when this market came to the lowest candle, which is the most sensitive one, and for me the opening of the candle is the most sensitive line over there. So I just transfer it from here to here, just to get the precision. Okay, but if you mark that high, it will also see that it has perfectly traded this consecutive order block. Now this is going higher for some buy side liquidity here, and finally this high is the extreme buy side liquidity for me. For now, above this buy side liquidity, I have this buy side liquidity, that is also a target. We'll talk about that in a moment. But from 4 hour chart, this order block so beautifully has been rejected, and then market started to go higher. If I go to the hourly chart, you can see this is that hourly last FVG. It respected here, respected there, and today market is so far here. Now my first intention is, can the market close above this last fair value gap of the hourly chart? That means this is the last bearish period that can stop the market and send it lower. So I want to see the hourly candle to close at least above this hourly gap, and the next candle is not going to close below this hourly last gap. I don't want to see that. I want to see it will keep going higher. It will use this gap as a support. Just remember, it is going to use this gap as a support, and then it will keep going higher. I don't want to see any sort of retracement before going higher. I want to see it will just keep going higher. It will hold the bullishness, not this type of retracement. See this retracement. So yesterday also, like not yesterday, the day before yesterday, it was extremely bullish, but then it retraced. I don't want to see this retracement today. I want to see it will hold the bias and it will keep going higher. What I mean to say, I want to see this type of scenario where market give me the bullishness, holded the bullishness. It never give me the retracement like this type of retracement or this type of retracement. I just don't want to see that. From the hourly, okay, finally, so market has closed above this hourly last FBC. Happy to see that. Just one more things I need to see, it will work as a support, and then market will start to go higher. It's not going to break the 50% of this last gap. Instead of that, it will keep going higher. So I just want to see that this is the first time it has successfully closed above this last FBC. I'm really happy to see that. However, it doesn't leave any sell side liquidity. You can see there is not even a single swing low which has built a relatively equal lows, nothing over here. So as you can see, it didn't do anything over here, and market is going higher. I'm really happy to see that. However, yesterday I showed this hourly bullish gap, and I told that at least this market will come to the 50% of this hourly bullish gap. The 50% is here. So after coming here, then market will go higher, take that buy side liquidity. What happened yesterday? Market fall. I was happy for that fall, but it didn't reach to the most logical level to me. So it was the most logical level to me. Market didn't reach over here. Instead of that, it went higher, cleared that buy side liquidity. After clearing that buy side liquidity, market fall again to trade this 50%. More importantly, like the 50% has been traded and then retrace from there again. However, I have already framed two trade around that area. One was inside the session from 15-second chart, has provided 21 handle. Another one I took actually just before the closing, because I was interested to see this run should happen from the constant crossment. At least I should get some sort of reaction. Both of them actually shared through our Discord group, okay, over there. But then market come here. This whole price action is before the 9:30, so I really don't care what is going to happen before 9:30. I wanna see the market after 9:30, how it is going to react. So that's the important part to understand, that this constant engrossment, why this market didn't trade it, because market couldn't go higher and clear the buy side liquidity by yesterday. Why? Because today we have the NFP news. As the market want to reach, I mean, sorry, let the market go higher to clear the buy side liquidity by using the NFP. The whole yesterday market failed to trade the specific PDRS. So it failed to trade this PDRA, clear the buy side liquidity, go back again to trade this PDRA. Exactly to trade this PDRA, then rejected from there. Trade some bearish PDRA. I'll show that in a moment. Bearish PDRA over there, fall again, take that low, trade this order block, both from the hourly chart as well as from the 4-hour chart. Traded that, went higher, go through this, closed above this last FBZ. On a say it will work as a support, market will keep going higher. Coming back to 15-minute chart, so this is that price action from 15-minute chart. That was the relatively equal highs. If you guys remember, this high and that high, that they're the relatively equal highs. Yesterday I told that this market should react from this gap. It will react from that specific gap, and then it will fall. It should clear this relatively equal lows before clearing the buy side liquidity, and after clearing the buy side liquidity, it will just keep going higher for that buy side liquidity. What was my mistake? My mistake was I was avoiding these candles over here. How did I know that this type of candles should be there? Because today is NFP. This type of candles should be appeared on the chart by today, not by yesterday. That's why this market first fall, cleared that liquidity, failed to trade that specific PDRA, went higher, cleared that buy side liquidity, then respected this bearish PDRA over here one more time, and then fall, came back again to that specific logical level, then started to reverse from there until this bearish period cleared that buy side liquidity over here, fall from there, come back again. Something I marked yesterday, I told that the maximum fall should be until this breaker block, more importantly to this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. It was a very specific comment yesterday. There was no some type of confusion or anything. There was nothing yesterday. I just clearly told, it was a bold statement. Go back, recheck if you have any confusion. This market can reverse from that area, but the maximum fall is going to happen until this breaker block, more importantly to this 15-minute gap around that area, this gap. So I would love to show this gap at first, why this gap is important to me. This is one of the last FVZ from the 15-minute chart before reaching to a specific PDRA. After reaching to this specific PDRA, cleared the liquidity, all the liquidity, go higher, come back again to this gap, respected so beautifully, no violation, body close above this gap, tap to this gap, means I got the respect from that gap. Then this market tried to trade this gap, failed to trade it, no problem. One more time tried, failed. Then finally, this is the second time or the third time market tapped to this gap. Just look at this. It tapped here, rejected from there. Market went higher. Just rejected from there, higher. Then market didn't reject, just closed below this gap. After the body close, then tap to this gap, keep falling. Come back again, Tap to this gap, keep falling. Tap to this gap, keep falling. Tap to this gap, keep falling. Come back again, one more time, tap to this gap, fall. A small fall, then market open, closed above this gap. What should I expect now? This market next time, when it will tap to this gap, it will give me a reaction. It happened over here. Closed below this gap, what does it mean? It will tap to this gap, it will be rejected from that gap. It just can't go through this, or it can violate this gap, closed above this, then it will fall. No, it can't do that type of things. Tap here, fall, closed above this gap by that specific candle. What does it mean? That means this market now can't do this type of things. It will close below this gap, then it will keep going higher. It can't do that. It will tap to this gap, it will reject from there. Happened over there so beautifully. So I'm watching this reaction, and I was just seeing as in hindsight, is this gap important to me? Can I use this gap later? What happened? The next time market came to this specific gap over here, where the market closed first above this gap, right? It has closed. It didn't close below this gap. What should I expect? It will come to this gap. It will be rejected from there. Came here, so beautifully rejected from that gap, and so far market is right now around that area. However, this is not only that gap, but also this breaker block. I showed you where this breaker block appeared on the chart around that area. I told that if this gap is closed by 100%, I'm gonna get the best breaker block over there. That means if if I want to use a breaker block here, this breaker block has 95% possibility will give me the boom from there. So I told, if yesterday this market could tap to this breaker block, I would go to 1 minute chart to look for the buy from there by believing this breaker block that it is the most strongest breaker block. I just can't push the button from here because the stop loss is gonna be huge. I can't cover that huge stop loss, so I have to wait for a 1 minute structure or 1 minute some sort of setup model to take the buy, because the stop loss I can't put it below the breaker block from 15-minute chart. However, so this market perfectly tap here, build the tune FBZ. I still didn't explain this FBZ, but I hope I'm showing this FBZ to you so beautifully, sometimes live, sometimes as a hindsight, but I'm showing this to you. I'll explain that in a moment. Within some few days. Okay, I'll explain this one. Until now, I have observed this gap near about 300, 400 times. Not even a single time it failed me. Now, I can't say that it is 100% because that is against the law, against trading. But until now, I have never seen this 10 FBZ failed. Okay, however, I'll explain that some within some days, I guess. If I see that it's a perfect time to explain that, I'll explain that. So this market actually yesterday it wasted time over here. Why it wasted the time? Because it needed that speed toward the buy side liquidity by today. So that is why it was wasted the time yesterday. However, some of you maybe found it very difficult. You should found it very difficult. The reason is before NFP it's always difficult. That's why I told, if you have NFP one Friday, no trade is valid from Wednesday AM session 11:30 a.m. to Friday 8:30 a.m. But today was NFP, so we should be very careful yesterday. So you have to let everything go until it doesn't reach until a certain level. You have to let them go, and when it will reach to that level, you could go for that kind of buy or whatever it is. So brother, it was bearish. Your bias was wrong. Let's go over there first. So this is a 1 minute chart. So I can say that this is a very bearish market, right? Now think about selling opportunity. Whenever you will frame a sell, look at the speed against your drawdown, against your stop loss. So if you frame a sell from there, you won't be able to cover the stop loss. Look at every single time market retrace, how far it has been retraced, how far it has been retraced. Just the way this market retraced above and then fall, it is nearly impossible to trade according to the logic or according to your direction. So even if you are bearish, it was so difficult to frame the sell. Now you can say, brother, there was a sell opportunity, there was a sell opportunity. You just do it by yourself. You then understand that how do you know that it is going to fall from there when it didn't do anywhere over here. So this was the only fall that was really so smooth. Except that one, there was not even a single fall that was smooth without the drawdown. Look at this drawdown from here to here, drawdown, here to here, drawdown. It seems like a very small run or a very small range, but if you just mark the here to here, it it's near about 38 40 handle, something like that. So I just took the lowest retracement. But if you go this type of retracement, you will see it's more than 60 handle, 70 handle, something like that. However, every single time this is how market worked, and finally it just went higher. This is the 1 minute last FVG from here. So yesterday's market actually when came here around that area, I framed this trade and I told that it's gonna be an unnecessary loss because I saw the last FVG and I saw a perfect setup from 15-second chart. That's why I just took that trade to my account just before the closing. So from here, I actually caught that run from here to here. This leg I actually caught. It was not a big run. I think it was kind of 27-30 handle, something like that. It was a small, very small run, just because the last FBC from 1 minute chart, I needed the reaction from there. I tried to catch that reaction, and after that I just closed the trade because it was market was closed, but then market open. Keep going higher, keep going higher. I wish I could hold that trade, then I could get the whole boom over here. However, then the market opened and built this buy side liquidity. Market fall. Where did it came? To this specific breaker block here, and that 15-minute bullish gap here. Traded that area, build setup around that area, keep going higher, fall one more time, cleared liquidity, went higher, come here, keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher, took the buy side liquidity. And now right now I believe that market is trading the hourly last FVG. I have the buy side liquidity here. I think it has built the obvious liquidity. Yes, it has built the obvious liquidity here at the buy side liquidity over there. My interest to see if the market can take that buy side liquidity over there or not. Going back to 15-minute chart and coming back to this area, removing this hourly bullish FVG, removing this tune FVG because I need my chart much more cleaner. This, yeah, this has no importance. This has no importance. In this area, this gap and that gap, they are the same. That means if this market could come to the low of this breaker block, which is this dealing range, this low and that high, the lower quadrant was exactly to the low of this breaker block. I told that yesterday. This market can fall here, it can violate this 15-minute gap, it can do whatever it wants to do. The only thing it can't do is it can't touch the low of this breaker block because that is the deep discounted area. If it come over here, then this sell side liquidity is gonna be my first target, then this sell side liquidity will be my second target. Then I will look for the big range or the big dealing range from here. So from here to until there, the big dealing range, I will work with that until it is not coming to the deep discounted to this small dealing range over here. I'm just not interested to see this big dealing range over there. Instead of that, I will work with this dealing range and I will look for the buying opportunity if it can do that. This fall, if I wouldn't have the NFP today, I promise you, brother, I know that you are not going to believe me, but trust me, if I wouldn't have this NFP today, this market, what it would do yesterday, first trade that gap, fall, it will keep falling, 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 and it would come over here. So all of this price action would happen at first here, trade this bullish PDRA, all of this bullish PDRA, then I would get this run by yesterday. It doesn't need to hold the market over here. It was holding the market just because today we have the NFP. That's why it was just consolidating here, this horrible price action over there, and then market today come the specific level, go higher, build the obvious liquidity. So far right now, obvious liquidity this high has been cleared over here by a shallow run. This is the extreme buy side liquidity above this shallow run. Extreme buy side liquidity is over here, and then I have this extreme buy side liquidity or the highest buy side liquidity. When it will be the target, I'll of course be very careful. But today I want to see this market to go at least to this range, either to this gap, more importantly to that gap. So I would love to see this market today will come over here. So let me actually mark it. I think it's just a second on, brother, just a second. Okay, this is my target for today. I want to see this market will come to this gap today, even if it failed to come to this gap, at least to that gap. Okay, so I'll keep both of these gap. I'm just not sure about that gap, but I'm 99% sure it will come this gap, at least to this gap. This is the entry gap from the 15-minute chart. over here. So I'll keep it around that area. NFP has a how to say NFP has a interest to go for both buy side and sell side liquidity. So around the NFP, while it first cleared the buy side liquidity, I could look for the sell side liquidity. Unfortunately, I don't have any sell side liquidity. As you can see in this market didn't leave not even a single sell side liquidity except this dealing range low. So this dealing range low is too far. I really don't want to say it will be cleared. Of course, it can do that, but I don't want to say it will be cleared. But if it would love to fall right now and to break this gap, then I will start to look for this sell side liquidity. As long as market is above this gap, I am not interested to look for this sell side liquidity. I will allow this market to fall over here, which I really don't want to see. I want to see it will just tap over this gap and it will keep going higher. And from the hourly chart, this gap, you will see there is a weak fall a bit, but body has closed above this hourly last FBC. So let me actually show that from the hourly chart. So still this is the candle. It can fall a bit more and then closed above the concurrent crossment. From the hourly chart, you will just see a wick over there. That is my expectation so far. If it work like that way, as long as this market is above this gap, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. If it fall below this gap, I'll switch my bias immediately to look for this sell side liquidity according to the NFP logic and according to the price action. My expectation is it will keep going higher, take that buy side liquidity and trade this gap at least by today. If it fail to come over here to this gap, at least this gap will be traded. At least it will be traded. So as long as it's not reaching to this gap, I'm just bullish. Or if the market close below this gap, I'll just keep looking for the bearishness. I'm not interested to look for any sort of buy because this breaker block has done its job while it has cleared all of this buy side liquidity. Okay, short term buy side liquidity here, short term buy side liquidity there, short term buy side liquidity here. Every kind of buy side liquidity has been cleared. Now it's time to see, can it respect this gap, more importantly prior to 9:30. Respect this gap, keep going higher for this buy side liquidity. I'm gonna remove this buy side liquidity from my chart, this buy side liquidity from my chart, and gonna keep this bullish fair value gap from 15-minute chart over here. Wanna see it will be traded, market will go for this buy side liquidity and finally it will reach over here. So this run from here to here is near about 238 handle. Just if I can catch 50, 60, 70 handle out of this 238 handle, I'm more than happy. Coming back to 1 minute chart, reaching over here, would love to show you something from the regular trading hour. Yesterday markets has closed over here around this area. Today's market is going to open here somewhere. Okay, I just don't know where exactly it is going to close, but it's going to open here somewhere. So there will be an opening gap around 9:30. The Judas swing can trade either the upper quadrant of this opening gap or the 50% to the opening gap, and then I will start to look for the buying opportunity for this buy side liquidity which is resting above here. First of all, if I see some sort of selling opportunity, I would love to catch that sell until the 50% of this opening gap or the upper quadrant of the opening gap. If there is no selling opportunity, market is just keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. I'll hold the market or I'll hold myself as long as it's not trading either the upper quadrant or the 50%. If it went through the 50% of this gap and trade the lower quadrant and then start to respect, I mean go higher, I'll also accept that one. But that has to be very fast because from 15-minute chart, I can't expect the body close below the last FBC. Remember the last FBC? Just let me go over here. So this FBC. So I really don't want to say it will just go and close below this FBC. So if it would really love to fall for this area to trade the opening gap lower quadrant, I want to say it's a very speed reaction. That means just one 15-minute candle will fall and then it will close here again. So there will be just a wick around 9:30 opening. Otherwise, I don't want to see any sort of keep falling or the body close or something market is interested to work over here. I just don't want to accept any of them. Want to say it will just keep going higher for this buy side liquidity, either to trade by this gap, but we can trade until this last gap before going higher. That is my expectation so far from this market. Otherwise, I would love to mark this buy side liquidity as well. So that obvious liquidity should be there as well because that is also the buy side liquidity. I will try to catch the run around that area. If it doesn't work like that way, I'll not trade anything over here. You are good to go for any sort of bearish movement, any sort of things. I'm not interested to go for buy sell buy sell buy sell. I'm not interested to do that. I would love to go for one-sided run as long as the the bullish period is not going to be broken. So this bullish period is broken, then I will only look for the sell, not buy sell buy sell. But as long as it's not closing below this gap, I'm just one-sided, and that is bullishness. I don't want to take any sort of selling opportunity. Anybody has any question? If you have any question, please let me know that. I don't think so. The things I explain over here, that is very difficult to mark or to show. For example, from this 15-minute chart, this breaker block, yeah, that gap can be new to you. But in time, when I started to show this to you, I'll keep showing that to you, and you will start to understand that how you can mark this type of gaps, and after how long you will start to use this gap with confidence. I'll just show this 15-minute gap time to time. I'll keep trying to show you. Right now on my chart, just there is two gap that I have marked. I've tried to find another gaps around that area, but I didn't have the time actually, so I forgot later to mark any sort of those type of gap. But later I'll try to mark them as well. This breaker block has not been here after this market coming here. This breaker block has been created over there when this candle closed this to black line 100%. This breaker block is from there, exactly from after seeing this thing happened. This breaker block is staying over there from that time. This gap I added later yesterday, and right now this last FBG has been marked over here. If you guys remember, I also target that gap while this mark sorry here target that gap as a buy setup while it failed to trade this gap around that area. So yeah, that is all for now. I'll be here 1 minute chart, and then I will see if I can find something over here from 1 minute chart to see. It's not clean lows, no sell side liquidity, no sell side liquidity, no sell side liquidity, no sell side liquidity. So I don't have any sell side liquidity from 1 minute chart. I have buy side liquidity. Let me check it as well. Yeah, I have clean buy side liquidity around that area. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I will love to see. So this is the clean highs that can be the target for today. Not not this buy side liquidity, not this buy side liquidity, but this clean highs over there. But I'll keep both of them because from 15-minute chart this is the buy side liquidity, from 1 minute chart that is the buy side liquidity. So I can keep that on my chart, and I can wait for this market to open around 9:30. That is that gap respected here so beautifully. I was really surprised by seeing that as a hindsight again, as a hindsight. But I got so surprised by seeing the reaction from there. Didn't expect that is going to happen over here. So right now I'm here. I have only the buy side liquidity. I don't have any sell side liquidity. So all I have to do after the market open, I have to mark the opening gap. I have to look for the cordon level of the opening gap, and then I have to wait for this market to trade in any kind of cordon level, and then bullish. I know people will start to post the bullishness right now from the Twitter or everything, but you guys are the witness. Even when the market was here around that area, I was the one who told that this market has zero possibility to clear that low. It will respect from that area, it has been respected from that area and keep going higher. You are my witness. So this is all now hindsight, but that was in live. Yesterday, I don't give a shit what happened over here. The first trade was enough for us to get a profitable trade. So that was kind of 80 handle, something like that. So after getting that 80 handle, I don't need any other trade, all of this bullshit. Okay, this is really so shit price action over there. But that one run was more than enough for me. 80 handle. So today we'll see if we can find something. Okay, thanks for that penguin, Sophia. Good morning, Audrey. Hey, FL Trader, good morning, brother. Thanks for that, Sun. Good morning, Sun. Red Cherry Palm. Thank you, brother, for being over here. 8-ish and captured 8 handles. Congratulations, brother. 755 candle, relatively lows, 25,222. 25,2. So you took the buy here. You trade the news. Please don't do that. I don't care how confident I am for that liquidity, but never ever try to trade the news, brother. It's a request. Please don't do that. You'll regret later because around the news time your stop loss doesn't work. For example, I took a trade here, for example, okay, just for example, I took a sell here. Just I was expecting market is going to fall. Again, please don't any of you can think that I was looking for sell. Please, this is just for the example. So maybe my stop loss was over here around that area, okay, 20 handle. What happened? That candle come here and you got stopped out. You will go to your account and you will see that you actually didn't take a 20 handle loss. You actually took a 91 handle loss because around that area most of the time market make the gap. So it closed, I mean the opening is gonna happen here from 1 second chart or something like that. So it's gap up. So something like that you will see your execution, your stop loss didn't work. Instead of that you got 91 handle loss. That's why we should not trade the news. I know some of you, some of them are the ICT PhD holder. They can trade the news, but I can't trade the news. Okay, and also I don't appreciate, like, if you are my brother and you are with me with our community, I'm not gonna let you do that. So it's kind of a right. I feel like this is my right to stop you if you don't mind. So like if I'm saying this to Foner, that means I believe that he's my brother and he's just gonna take it as a compliment. Sudivan, good morning, brother. Can we wait for true day open? Can we wait for true day open? What is true day open, brother? True day open. It's a very new word to me. I reckon just going to give a huge bullish candle at 9:30 open. I don't want to see that. Around 9:30, I want to see a Judah swing that is going to fall. So I would love to see the 9:30 candle will fall and trade any sort of opening gap quadrant level. That will help me to go for a buy for this obvious buy side liquidity and then this buy side liquidity and this buy side liquidity. But around 9:30, if the market go fast, clear the buy side liquidity, it means that rest of the day I will just sit over here without doing anything. So I don't want to see this market will go higher first, clear the buy side liquidity, then retrace, trade any sort of quadrant level of the opening gap, then it will start to go higher again. No, I don't want to see that. If it happens, of course it can happen, but if it happens, that means it's a day for me, no trade day for me, something like that, brother. No bullish anymore. No bullish. Okay, you are looking for sell, go for sell, brother. You're always welcome. Good morning, Murshad. How are you, brother? True open is 9:30. Oh, okay, regular trading hour. uh, Regular trading hour, yeah, we are going to wait for that, brother. We don't trade before 9:30. So 9:30 is our first time to trade. Like that guy, what is his name? RV trades. Like his, if any of you are bearish, if any of you think that no more bullish, you are bearish, go for sell. I appreciate it. I really insist you guys not to change your analysis. Go for bearishness. If any of you are thinking this is a bearish market, I'm not thinking bearish market. I'm extremely bullish at least until this gap, and then if it can reach over here, I'll keep looking for that. But as long as it's not reaching over here, I'm extremely bullish. I have no intention to look for sell. I will think about a sell if and only if this market closed below this gap from 15-minute chart. Then and only then I will think about selling opportunity. Otherwise, I'm not interested to look for any sort of sell. Whoever is looking for sell, you're welcome to go for that. And please don't force me to think like you. It's a request, okay? This is 9:30 open. I'm gonna go to the regular trading hour to see the opening gap. So this is the opening gap. First, I wanna see it will trade either the opening gap constant crossment or the upper quadrant, at least this line, before going higher. Let's see if it can do that. I really appreciate if it can do that. If it doesn't do that, I don't need that. Like if I get some sort of trade here, I'll go for that. So it has cleared that liquidity over here, trade this gap. All I want to see, can it build a setup over here to give me a buying opportunity? Any sort of bullish fair value gap over here, I'll take the buy from there for this buy side liquidity. Those people who are not bullish, looking for bearishness like RV trades, please keep looking for selling opportunity. I'm not bearish. I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. If it could trade here, I would be very happy. It didn't do that. I don't need to worry about that. Clear that liquidity, trade this gap, more than enough. Any sort of bullish gap here, if it can build, I'll go for that buy. Unfortunately, it didn't do that, so I can't take the buy from this order block. I don't want to believe it right now. So if there was a gap, I could believe that gap. As it is not a candle that is changing the state of delivery, I am not interested to use this order block to take my buy. So I think I'm gonna miss this trade. I'm absolutely okay with that. Otherwise, if it fall here, then I'll look for the buy again. I'm gonna remove this line because it has been cleared. Of course, buy a shallow run again. I'm gonna let this trade go. I'm not interested to use this candle as my order block. The first reason, it's not changing any state of delivery. So some of you can think that it's a bullish order block. I can't use this candle as a bullish order block. It has high probability to trade this candle and send the market higher, because here market has cleared the liquidity, gave you the market structure sheet, fair value gap has been traded, build a order block around that area from the 22 YT model, 930 open. You have to avoid this candle, trade this order block, going for this buy side liquidity. Absolutely okay with that. I'm just not taking it because I'm not highly confident about this order block. Just because of that, I'm not pushing this button. If this candle, I saw that tap here, this would be my buy from this order block. As it didn't do that, I'm not using this candle as an order block. I hope my point is absolutely clear. I would go for the trade if there was a gap. As there is no gap, I'm not going to take any trade over there. I'm just watching how the body is going to close. Remember yesterday's trade? I'm just thinking about the same trade today as well from the order block now. If it can do that, that means it has to close above the upper quadrant of that week, and then it has to build either a gap, bullish gap, or the lowest down close body close candle. As long as the body is not going to close below this upper quadrant. If okay, the low has been cleared, so I can't use this anymore. I have to let this go. If you are bearish, please take the sell. Please go for that. Thank you, arbitrates, for your opinion, brother. Thank you so much. I'm really happy for this fall because this is all I'm going to use as a Judas swing. I really needed to see this fall before clearing the buy side liquidity to trade either the upper quadrant, maximum the 50% before going higher. So it has now traded the upper quadrant. Any sort of buying opportunity right now, I'll go for that buy. Those who are looking for sell, please go for sell if you find any selling opportunity. Now there is no job left for me. That means all the job is done for me. Any sort of buying opportunity, kind of order block, or some sort of uh 22 YT model, or any sort of FBZ I can use, whatever I'll be able to use, I'll use that to take the buy. Came here, trade this new day opening gap. Happy to see that. Let's see if it can stop the market and send it higher. Or really does it want to come to this 50% of this opening gap? as well as trade this gap. I really don't want to see that, but of course it can do that. It's more than enough for me to send the market higher. Whoever is looking for sell, please look for the looking for the sell. Don't swing. Don't look for the buy like me. Okay. So whatever is your bias, hold on. Hold on your bias. My bias is this buy side liquidities. More importantly, that gap I just showed you a few moments ago, right here. This gap, at least this gap. So I wanna catch that run if I can have the opportunity. If I miss the opportunity, I'm absolutely okay with that. But I just don't want to see this market will keep falling. It should not do that. It should hold the bullishness now. Before going higher, if it can trade the last FBC. The last FBC from 1 minute chart, perfect. So I have also traded, I mean, I have also got the lowest PTR from 1 minute chart to be traded. So if it doesn't really want to go for this area or the 50% of this opening gap, it can simply respect from there. Or if it would love to trade here, okay, any sort of buying opportunity from here, I'm good to go. It doesn't need to do that, but if it would love to go over here, absolutely okay with that. This is all the Judah swing I was expecting at the opening. So opening market will first fall, trade either the upper quadrant or the 50%. Lower quadrant is extremely lower. I really don't want to say it will come to this lower quadrant, but maximum the 50%. Upper quadrant, it will start to go higher. Anytime this market is above this 50%, there is an opportunity to take the buy. I'll go for that buy. Who is bearish today? Let me know that. Who is looking for a bearishness today? Except that brother. Who else is looking for bearishness? It's time to wait for the setup. Yesterday, remember, I took the entry around 9:33, and today still it didn't provide me anything, so I'm not looking for a trade right now. So when it will appear on the chart, I'll go for the trade. And from the hourly chart, you will see a big wick over here. Okay, body will close above this gap. You will see a big wick over here. That is my expectation from the hourly chart. Wow, the last AB from 1 minute chart is just holding the market. Like, I'm not gonna let you go. I'm holding you. Please don't touch the 50% of the opening gap. I'm holding you, man. Come on. Oh man. Let's see what is going to happen. I think it's going for 50%. It can do that. I don't need to do that. I will just waiting. Anytime it will give me the opportunity to take the buy, I'll go for that buy. If it would love to give me the buying opportunity from here, I will wait for this area, the 50% to take the buy. If it give me the buying opportunity from here, then I can simply go for the buy from there. I don't need to wait for this 50%. So whatever this market is going to offer me, I'm gonna take that. If it even would love to come to this gap over here from 1 minute chart, last FBC, which is aligned with the lower quadrant of the opening gap, I also will look for the buy from there. But as long as it's not going to give me the buying opportunity, I'm not taking that buy. I'll just keep waiting. It's the time to reverse now. Now it should start to reverse. In my opinion, it should reverse right now because the 15-minute candle is going to close by the next 5-minute candle. It should give me the reversal right now. Let's see. It is good that you always have a clear bias. You have to have a clear bias, brother. If your bias is wrong, you are not going to trade. But if you don't have the bias, then you will tilt. That means like you will look for buy, you will look for sell. When the buy is not working, you will look for sell. When the sell is not working, you will look for buy, and you will just blow your account. So if you have a clear bias, it can be a wrong bias. For example, I'm looking for buy. I can be wrong. This market can be a bearish market. I'll let all the fall go. So today is not my day to trade. I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity from the most logical level. If the buy is not appeared on that area, I'm not going to take any trade. Or maybe I'll take small losses, one, two losses, and then I'll just let the go. Because if my bias is wrong and market is falling, it means that it will rarely give me a buying opportunity. So maybe one or two opportunity, I took them. Either there will be a small profit or a small loss. I'm good to go with that. It's the time for this market to reversal because this 15-minute candle is going to close very soon. I don't want to see it to close below this gap. So I would love to see it will keep going higher now, as I told sometimes ago. You have to understand the time as well before getting the price action. So after 3 minutes, this candle is going to close. I really would love to see it will close above this 50% of this gap. Who else is bearish? I need to see. Okay, who else is bearish? Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if any of you are new over here. I hope you learn a bit from that this group. Is 937 candle a water block? 937 candle a water block? This candle here, 37 candle. Are you looking for a bullish order block, bearish? If you're looking for a bullish order block, there is no bullish order block. If you're looking for bearish order block, this is the bearish order block. So if your bias is bearish, maybe you can use this candle as a bearish order block. But if you're looking for bullishness, there is no bullish order block. This candle came to this 50-minute last FBG. See here, it just came to this last FBG. Time to reverse. Hey guys, please don't forget to push the like button. Please, 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 please. Ah man, don't beg for the like. I'm not begging for your money, I'm begging for your likes. I can't take the entry from this gap. So when the body will close out this gap, tap to this gap, I can't take the buy from there. I have to wait for the order block to be created to get the confirmation it is holding the market, sending it higher. So first thing I want to see this 50-minute candle to close above the constant crossment of this gap. The second thing I want to see it will close above this gap, tap to this gap, build a order block to take the buy. 50% of this last FBG from 1 minute chart is so beautifully holding the market. More importantly, this new day opening gap, then this last FBG from the 15-minute chart. Everything has been traded over here except the 50% of the opening gap. It doesn't need to trade the 50% of this opening gap. It can simply trade the upper quadrant and then start to go higher. I'm just watching, can it give me a buying opportunity over here right now from this gap? If it do that, I'll go for that. If it respect from this gap, fall and take that low, I wouldn't need the order block to take the buy from this gap. Unfortunately, it failed to fall one more time, take that low and going higher. So I have to wait for the order block to be created before going for any sort of buying opportunity. 180 to Y79 736. Why it is the order block? Tell me that first. Now from 15-minute chart here, I really didn't like the way it has closed. I really didn't like it. It has, oh, okay, it has closed above the 50%. I thought it has closed below the 50%. So the thing I told you, I don't want to see the body close below the 50%. Did it close? No. Now it's time to go higher. Until now, I don't have any buying opportunity. Some of you can think that about this gap to take the buy. You are welcome to go. I don't have any buying opportunity yet. So if you have the buying opportunity, go for the buy. But for me, still I don't have any. But brother, it's going higher. I don't care. If it doesn't give me the opportunity, I'm not going to take any short of buy. I told you, expectation and the price action is absolutely different. This is the last FVZ market is respecting from there. So let's see if it can build an order block with this gap. I need the order block here to take the buy. If it doesn't do that, I'll not go for any sort of trade because it has a possibility to fall one more time, take that low, trade this area, then it will start to go higher. It is also possible. Right now, I have this order block over here. If the body can close out this candle, I can use this candle as an order block. I don't think so. That's gonna be a good idea because the stop loss is gonna be 71 handle. So how can I take an entry? I have to wait a bit more, I guess. I just don't want to take any unnecessary risk over here. Market is respecting from this last gap so beautifully. Perfect. Why? To send it lower to take that low, trade this 50% before going higher, because the 50-minute candle has already traded the 50% of this gap. Now what it doesn't, I mean, what it wants to do. That's the first question you should ask yourself, what the market really would love to do. Brother, I'm bearish. Go for sell. Wherever you find the selling opportunity, go for sell. I'm not bearish. I'm not interested to find a bearish setup over here. My bias can be wrong. It can be a bearish market. Later you will start to complain, brother, I told you it's a bearish market. But it's your opinion, your expectation. My expectation, it's a bullish market with the price action. I'm not expecting the market it should go higher just because I'm bullish. I'm expecting that bullish market because of the price action. So not randomly, but also depending on the price action. Still, I can't use this gap to take the buy as market didn't clear the sell side liquidity. So my only opportunity to take the buy from this candle while it will close above that candle, it is gonna be the order block. I just don't know how I can take that trade, but I will try to take the trade from here by covering the min threshold of this order block. So let me go for the 50% of the candle. It's gonna be here somewhere. So let's see. Please don't get confused by these quadrant levels. It's for me. I'm just watching how it is trading the uh, quadrant level of this week that has cleared almost every single week. Trade a gap. It's important to me to see how the body is going to close of that quadrant level. And the bold line is the opening gap. This is the 50%. This is the upper quadrant. This is the high of the opening gap. Perfect. Okay, it has traded the 50% of that week, 15-minute week 50% for the first time it traded that, as well as tapped to the new day opening gap. Best time for the reversal. It should reverse right now. Let's see how it is going to reverse, or is it keep falling to take that low, trade this 50% before going higher. Also trade that 1 minute last FVG top here, constant encroachment rejection, top rejection. Let's see. If it really would love to go higher, this is the best time to reverse from there. Best time right now. If it really would love to go higher, doesn't want to take that low, trade this 50% of this opening gap. It's the time that it should go higher. However, I have found the order block here, which I can use to take the buy instead of this candle, because this has closed below this candle. So it's my order block, not this one anymore. Happy to see that. If the body can close above this gap, so mean threshold will be exactly below the gap. Perfect. All I don't want to see this 50-minute candle to close below this upper quadrant of this 15-minute wick. That's all I don't want to see. See this line over here, it should not close below this line from 15-minute chart. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some sort of liquidity has been cleared actually, so can I use this gap to take the entry? It's risky, but some sort of liquidity has been cleared by using this gap, even though it failed to clear that low. But this low I'm giving the priority because this low didn't trade the, I'm sorry, this low I'm not giving the priority because this low didn't trade this 50%. That's why I'm not giving the priority to this low. Otherwise, I would say that this is the protected low and market has cleared the sell side liquidity here. Now I can use this gap. It's gonna be difficult for me to take the decision right now. But yeah, I'll go for that. What could be the logical things here? Tough man, tough decision. Tough decision, tough decision, tough decision. Tough decision. Let's wait for the market to confirm what it wants to do. Why I need to take the pressure. Market should take the pressure, not me. I'm not bearish. I can't take any sort of sell. If you are bearish, go for the sell. For me right now, I'm not taking this trade, but it's logical to me if the body can close above this gap. It's logical to me to take that buy, but I'm just not interested to go for that because it's low probability to me, as this low is not a protected low. So even though it has cleared some sort of liquidity, I just don't feel confident to go for this buy. So I will let this market to close above this water block before, if I would love to go for the buy, then I'll take the buy. And also it's taking too much time to build it as an order block. I think I have to wait a bit more. I don't know. Just right now, I have nothing. All I know, I'm bullish. That's all I know. But the setup, there is nothing yet for me. And the hourly candle is also going to close below this hourly gap. So it seems like a fake breakout. So has been cleared. Trade the 50%. Falling. The lower quadrant is the last line. Aligned with this gap. Midnight open. Everything is good. And simply go for the trade from this gap right now without any sort of confusion. That's all. Okay. Now it is going to trade until the 10 a.m. 3 minutes left before 10 a.m. I think it will be decided by 3 a.m. I mean, sorry, by 10 a.m. Still, I didn't find any opportunity. I didn't go for any sort of trade. If I find the opportunity, then and only then I'll go for the trade. No rush, nothing. Time to buy. 8 a.m. equal lows. You're seeing this as an equal lows over here, this low and that low. Good. If it falls this equal lows, I think this will be a bearish market. So if the body close below this gap, I think it's gonna be a bearish market. It's not gonna be a bullish market again. So this is the last gap that should hold the market if it is a bullish market. If it is not a bullish market, it will close below this gap and then keep falling. I just don't want to see that. Second left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So Judah swing has done from 9:30 to 10. That's the swing, or that's the what to say, I mean the run, actually called the Judah swing. The time of the Judah swing is done. Anytime it will start to fall now, it means that my bias is wrong. I was wrong. This was a bearish market. So until 10, Judah swing is accepted. After 10, no Judah swing is accepted. So no fall is accepted. After 10, it should start to go toward its direction. If this candle can close above this gap, I mean above that candle, that's gonna be my buy for today. The first buy for today from this order block, by putting the stop loss below here, not below this order block or anything, we'll go for the buy. This is gonna be my first buy for today if it gives me that opportunity. It will close one tick above this candle, that's gonna be my buy. I'm not putting my stop loss below this order block, I'll just put it below this candle. The candle is going to close above this order block, just covering the mean threshold of this water block. If it close above this candle, I mean above that water block by this candle, okay. Otherwise, I think the next candle I'm not gonna use that on. I don't think so. I should use this one. Body didn't close, no buy is valid. Have to wait for the new order block to be created. Right. Below this sell, I mean sorry, above this sell side liquidity, this is the last FBZ. That means I can use this FBZ as an inversed way if I would love to take the sell, even though I don't want to do that. If this is a bearish market, it can work as a water block. I mean, if I were bearish, I would use this one as a water block. That's not, I'm not bearish, so I'm just not interested to see any of this work as a bearish water block. Traded the lower quadrant of the opening gap, which is the opening gap lower quadrant over here. You can see here, yesterday the markets closed over there, opened here, fall until this lower quadrant, the last PD array over here. It should leave some portion of this gap open if it is bullish, which is going to work as a what to say, I mean the breakaway gap. It should leave some portion of this gap to open. This is the break, I mean sorry, what to say, I mean the order block so far, but I can't use this order block, so I'll use this gap to take the buy. This body will close one tick above this gap, will take the buy from that gap. Keep falling or let him fall. As long as the body doesn't close below this 50-minute last FVZ, I'm not going to switch my bias. Market changed state 9:30 candle, then 5-minute inverse gap continuation trade to downside. Okay, 5-minute plus order block at the C of the 1-minute gap. Okay, what else is there? 8:56 candle liquidity sweep, 9:30 candle CISD. Okay, is this the falling knife? No, it's not the falling knife. If you are bearish, if your bias is bearish, you of course can look for any sort of selling opportunity. There is like it's not something like called falling knife. Falling knife means it will keep falling without any sort of retracement, but it's giving you the retracement, so it's not a falling knife. Framing a reversal trade with new CISD trade, the continuation to opposing side liquid. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I think you are talking about some sort of selling opportunity from here. I think, if I'm not wrong. If it is, please let me know that. Mhm. Seems it's pushing for lows of 830 candles. I think you are talking about here the sell side liquidity around that area. It can do that, but for me, as long as this market is not going to close below this gap from 15-minute chart, I'm not going to switch my bias to bearish. I will hold the bullishness. This is the last PDRA over here for this market to go higher. If this PDRA is broken, then this could be a bearish market. Then and only then maybe I'll switch my bias. Other than that, I'm not going to switch my bias. So this should be the last PDRA. As long as it's not going to close below this PDRA, I'm not interested to look for switching the bias. I'm still holding the bullishness. It's just a big retracement to me where this is the sell side liquidity, not there actually. From that low to that high, while this market has cleared almost every sort of buy side liquidity, left that extreme buy side liquidity over here. From here to here, if I go for the quadrant level, from there to there, this is the deep discounted area. After clearing the buy side liquidity, it can fall for this deep discounted area. There is nothing wrong. But the best area for reversal is this 50% of this dealing range. So as long as it's not going to close below this last PDRA, I'm not going to switch the bias. I'm not going to take the sell. I will look for only buy. So now it's in deep discounted area to take a buying opportunity. It's deep discounted area. If you switch a bias, you will wait retrace to, of course, man. If I switch the bias, I have to wait for the retracement. Ha 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 ha. Can you take an order block from last fair value? No, you can't do that. Last FBZ is from 1 minute chart. You can't look for the order block from 1 minute chart. Same time frame order block is not valid as long as it's not building any sort of liquidity. I mean, sorry, any sort of setup over there. As it didn't build any setup, I can't look for any sort of liquidity. So this relatively equal lows is going to be cleared. Market is going to, what to say, I mean, the fill the whole gap, I guess. But some sort of gap, if it would open, that would be awesome. Okay. I'm just waiting how the 50-minute candle is going to close. I will wait for that. After that, maybe I'll switch the bias to bearish, which is low probability to me. I am not going to take any sell. I'll keep waiting. Everything has done. Just blew up my evil accounts. Not having a good emotional day. Sorry, brother, for that. Market move over 200 points since Chris Verdict. Brother, are you saying that you are bearish, right? Yeah, I really appreciate it. Did you get your boom? You got your boom. Congratulations, brother. Did I take any trade, guys? No, I didn't take. I was looking for buy. I didn't get any opportunity. I didn't take any trade. So I'm not worrying about anything else. My bias is wrong. I'm letting it fall. So if you guys keep thinking that it will keep falling like that way, it will never retrace. It will just keep falling, keep falling, keep falling, keep falling like that way. I think you are right. But I don't think so, or I never see that it will just keep falling. I don't feel like that way. Sorry guys, I had a good run with my Tech Profit Trader account. I'll get one more payouts from them tomorrow, but unfortunately I believe that account have to start a new one now. My fault completely. I think before blowing it out, you got 7 payout, if I'm not wrong. So you have to tell that as well. That I got 7 payout from them before blowing this out. I think 8 payouts before. Oh, okay. It was 8 payouts. Sorry. That is awesome, man. The NFE has done its job after the 9:30 open. First, it went higher, cleared the buy side liquidity. Then it has fallen, cleared all the lows. It left over here. NFE has just awesome. Like actually, most of the time it do that. Okay, by the way, I got my opportunity to take the entry. Missing it, I would love to catch it. Not pushing the button yet. bit more just to confirm that this order block is going to hold it. Just not going to take the entry yet because I can't put my stop loss below this order block sorry, order block low. So I'm gonna see if it can respect the mean threshold of this order block, then I'll try to take the entry. First I'll let the fall at first to see how long it wants to trade, then would love to go for the trade. If it doesn't want to violate this order block, we'll try to take entry after trading the mean threshold and then close above this order block, take the entry over here. We'll just let the fall first go, then we'll go for the trade if it really would love to go higher. Otherwise I'll not take this trade as I can't put my stop loss below that area. I can't do that. I'm not taking this one. I'm just watching how far it can fall to trade. If I see the main threshold of this order block is respecting, bodies are not going to close below this constant crossment, sorry, main threshold, closed above this order block, we'll take the buy after that. If the body close below this main threshold of this order block, we'll not take the entry from there. We'll wait for the new order block to be created, take the entry. I'll put it here just to see that if my stop loss is over there, was I safe or not. Body has closed below this mean threshold, so not going to take the entry from this order block. We'll wait for FVZ to take the entry. I'm risking you because I used the MSS plus order block, get sell, and got two entries of 50 points each. Congratulations, brother. I really feel happy because you got that wrong. My expectation was it was a bullish market, so I didn't catch any sell. I'll try to catch the buy only. I'm not gonna accept any of the PhD holder, ICT PhD holder who are interested to teach me this concept right now because my bias was bullish and I didn't take any trade, I didn't take any losses, I didn't do anything over here. I was just waiting for the setup. So I'm not interested to learn any sort of what to say. I mean the ISD PhD holder. I am not interested to learn it because you will be lost tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. You will keep losing. I mean you'll be lost. I will not see any sort of your comment. So you will are only interested to comment when my bias is wrong and I didn't take any trade. I was just trying to how to say you're trying to uh, how can I say that, like I don't know that exact word, but please don't work with my patience. I'm really trying to be so nice to you guys. Please stop. How to say that? I don't know that word. If your bias was bearish, I never told any of you to look for my bias. I told you if your bias is bearish, take the sell. Take the sell. I really appreciate it, guys. My bias is bullish. I'm not looking for any sort of sell. I will not take any sort of sell. Yeah, the body has closed below this 15-minute last FVZ. Here I should switch the bias, but as the market has closed here around that area, I can't switch my bias right now to bearish again because this is in deep discounted area. And right now market is trading the new week opening gap from this week. This is the low of the new week opening gap, this is the high of the new week opening gap, this is the consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap. I'm just not interested to keep taking sell over here. Even if I would love to take a sell, I need some sort of retracement at first. As my bias is bullish, so I'll keep trying to catch that retracement leg. They are trying to rage bait you, lol. Yeah, rage bait, absolutely. So please don't do that. I'm just trying to be so polite over here. I'm not a polite guy, trust me. If you start to work on my psychology, chat psychology, I'm not good at that. Trust me, man. I'm bullish. I didn't find any buying opportunity. I miss all of this sell. That's all. I didn't take any loss. I didn't take any profit. I'm just watching the market. If it doesn't provide what I need, I will wait for the PM session. It's not something like today is my only day where I can trade. I will never be able to trade again. It's not something like that. I'm not in some kind of rush to go for a trade. Even if I fail to take the entry, market is falling, I'll let them go. Simple. Absolutely, Rahman. I'm just not getting rude. I'm just trying to control myself. We are at Monday's first presented fair value gap. Thank you, Sujivan. Can you please tell me exactly the price point so that I can mark them? Just like I said, we were bullish and it's falling like knife. Yeah, my bias is wrong. Absolutely, I'm wrong about the bias. My price action was telling me I should go higher, but it didn't go higher. The 50% of that order block from 4 hour chart, 50%. So yesterday market trade the order block, and today it came back again to trade this mean threshold of this order block. From hourly chart, same thing happened, traded the lowest down close body close candle, which is a good order block. Perfect. From 15-minute chart, I have the last fair value gap exactly over here from the 15-minute chart. Even if it is a bearish market, just think like it's a bearish market, I should get some sort of reaction from this last FBZ from the 15-minute chart. Some sort of reaction from here. Brother, 15-minute first fair value gap, last fair value gap. 1 minute inversion fair value gap to sell. Go for that, Kuba. We are looking the market through your eyes. It's an excellent opportunity. Just keep going. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, I really would love to strict not to get violated. My psychology over here will work on that. Let's see, brother, how long I can hold myself. Two things I'm watching here. First of all, I'm watching if the market can close below this gap from 15-minute chart, the gap I showed you. Every single time it closed below this gap, tapped to this gap, rejected from that gap. It closed, it tapped to the top. If it doesn't close or violate this gap, it respected from there. So what this candle is going to close below this gap. If it do that, then it can be respected from this gap to keep falling for the sell side liquidity. As the market came to the deep discounted area of that smaller dealing range from the 15-second chart, 15-minute chart, small dealing range low was over here, lower quadrant. That is gonna be the confirmation of this type of fall for this sell side liquidity. So would love to see how it is going to close, and then can it come back again to this gap, then can keep falling for the sell side liquidity. So here I will wait for that selling opportunity. Now when this market will come to this gap, then I'll look for the selling opportunity. At the same time, while this is trading the 15-minute last FBG, some sort of reaction is expectable from here. Some sort of reaction from 15-minute chart. If it doesn't give me, that's bad luck, absolutely. But some sort of reaction should be happen from that gap from 15-minute chart. So this is the lowest down close body close candle. If it close above this candle, I'll try to that buy from this order block by putting my stop loss below this below this fair value gap just to catch that reaction. So something like that. Try to put it here somewhere, and we'll try to catch that reaction until maybe to the 50% of that area if it close above this candle. from the 15-minute chart because I'm expecting some sort of reaction from there. It's not like I'm bullish. I'm not bullish anymore because market has broken almost every single PDRA. Right now it's trading the low of this breaker block, but I feel like the bullish PDRs are broken, even though this 50-minute breaker block yet not been broken, but some sort of reaction I need it from here. If it doesn't give me, I'm absolutely okay that. What I'm doing, I'm trying to catch the reaction right now, but at the same time, still now I didn't get any sort of entry opportunity. So if the market didn't give me the entry, I didn't take it. That means I didn't get any losses over here. That's my win. I'm still waiting for the PDRS as it is the February. Market should respect so beautifully the PDRS. That means if it build it as an order block, it should not violate the order block, something like that. If falling, we'll let him fall. Not going to touch it. Market didn't give me the entry. I am not taking the trade. Not taking entries are also winning trade. Try to understand that, guys. As long as I'm not taking the loss, it's a win-win situation for me. I'm just waiting to see if the candle can close one tick above uh, that line. If you do that, I'll take that buy from here, putting a stop loss below this last FBG, just trying to catch the reaction from there. If it doesn't do that, keep falling or let him fall. So 2 minutes left. This two candle, next two candle has to close above this gap if it really would love to give some sort of reaction from the last FBG from 15-minute chart. So after this candle, the next candle has to close above this gap if it wants to give some sort of reaction from the last FBG. If this candle closed above this, I'm gonna take the first trade for today. I think it will take me with him. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it actually didn't close out this candle, so I'm not able to take the entry from here. I'm gonna miss this trade. Absolutely okay with that. If it could close one tick above this could be my trade from here until this 50%. That could be the trade. As the market didn't do that, I'm not taking this trade, unfortunately. So I thought this has provided me a opportunity, but the setup was not good. I'm not taking this trade. Okay with that. Let's see if this candle can close of this line. That's gonna be the last opportunity for me. If this candle failed to close above this, I'm not gonna take the trade. All I want to see this candle to close above this gap. This is the last FBG from 15-minute chart. Here it should respect that gap, send it higher a bit, even if it would love to keep falling. If it doesn't do that, break that last FBG, I'll miss this buying opportunity from there. Yeah, I missed the opportunity already. I'm not going to take any trade from there anymore. Just trading the low of this breaker block from 15-minute chart. Just to know, or I would love to see how the 15-second chart is working here. Just want to see how it is working actually over there. Just a second, okay, guys. Nothing. It has closed below this gap. I want to see it will react from this gap. So until now, every single time it tapped here, it has been reacted. So can it react from this gap right now? That is all I'm watching right now. Can it react from this gap? That means it will tap to this gap, not going to violate this gap, not going to close out this gap, will respect from that gap, will keep falling, something like that. I wish it could close up this candle and I could catch that run until this 50%. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. Later, the way it is doing it, I didn't like it. Now is the time to wait. I can't do anything here. Not buy, no sell, nothing. Wait a bit. Can't take any sort of buy right now anymore, as the market has almost broken all the PDRs except this breaker block. But I don't think so this breaker block is important anymore. The reason is breaker block has done its job, sent the market higher to clear the buy side liquidity. So while the buy side has been cleared, I don't see any importance of this breaker block anymore. If I don't find any trade, I will not take any trade. I will wait for the PM session, but not going to force the market. If you are interested, go for the trade anytime you got, anywhere you got, any way you got. I need the reaction from this gap. Talking about this gap. I need the reaction from this gap. I'm just waiting to see if it can build a bearish order block over here to give me that selling opportunity for this low, because I need the reaction from that gap, from that 15-minute chart I showed you over there, right? So I just need the reaction to send the market lower. I'm just waiting to see if it can build any sort of order block over here, send the market lower. I can use this one. It's risky because it's the low is not below this gap, so I'm just and violated this gap as well. So waiting for a new order block to be created to take that sell. I thought this is gonna be the water block. Market didn't build it as an water block, so not going to take that sell. If it starts to go higher from here, I won't be able to catch the low because almost every single PDR is broken, and this breaker block also have done its job. While this tap to this breaker block went higher, cleared that buy side liquidity. I can't look for the buy again depending on this breaker block. Yeah, I know that I have this new week opening gap, new day opening gap around that area, perfectly respecting from the low of this new day opening gap, but still it's highly risky for me to take the buy. Right now, if I would love to look for a buy, then I have to wait for a 15-minute bullish FVG to be created over here, or any sort of order block to be respected. For example, this is the lowest down close body close candle that has closed this new week opening gap from this week. So if the 15-minute candle close above this candle, then tap to this candle, then start to go higher, it is the only way to catch that buy. Otherwise, I can't take any sort of buy right now. I have to think about a selling opportunity either from this gap or from this area. Anywhere I'll get the opportunity. I have to look for that selling opportunity. I can't just take the buy. Unfortunately, I could go for the buy over here, but market actually didn't give me that opportunity. You saw it didn't just build the order block, failed to close above this order block, respected that order block, keep going higher. Unfortunately, if it could close above this candle, I could catch that run. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. I was not able to catch that run. Market bounce near from daily week CE. Okay, every 1 minute bullish P area is being respected. Brother, I could go for the trade as I told you. If the 50-minute last AVG could hold the market, send it higher, I could go for the trade. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I'm not going to take the buy. I don't have the higher time frame P area over here except this new day opening gap low. But how can I go against this new week opening gap while this market is respecting from the new day opening gap? That's why I'm just not interested to catch the buy anymore. If it would do that from there, I could catch that run. It didn't do that. I'm not interested to catch that run from there. From 1 hour chart, which one is respecting, brother, here? Which gap is respecting around that area? The only gap you have over here. If you're looking for this gap, you can look for that, but it's not important to me as it has been violated by the bodies over here. So if it would come here to this gap, I could use that gap as a bullish gap from 1 hour chart. From 4 hour chart, yes, I can see that it's respecting the 50% of the mean threshold of this order block. Not enough for me to think about the buy. Still, I need more confirmation it's going bullish. So for example, if this 4 hour chart is going to close above the order block, maybe then I'll start to think that maybe it's bullish, but it's gonna take a long time. So I'm not interested to use any of this PDRA. All I'm interested to see this gap should hold the market, send it lower. This is a specific gap from 15-minute chart, it should not close above this gap. It should be respected from there and keep falling. If we do that, maybe I'll be able to catch that sell. I'm just waiting to see if it can take it and then start to fall again. Come on, brother, please don't force me, don't push me, don't make me confident to take the buy. I told you where I could take the buy. That was the only place I could take the buy. If this candle could close one tick above this candle, that would be my buy. I would put my stop loss over here, get a stopped out. This candle closed again above this candle, which is the order block. I would take re-entry from there again. But when I missed this order block from this higher time frame PDRA, I'm not interested to catch any sort of buy anymore as long as this market is not building any sort of bullish fair value gap or it is not going to close above this down close body close candle, then tap to this candle. Without doing that, I'm not taking any sort of buy. If you look for the buy right now, go for that. I love to work with the price the way I used to see the market. So here, every single where I was looking for the buy, market didn't give me the opportunity, and it came here. If even if it wouldn't come here, instead of that, it come here somewhere, I could look for this buy. But when it came here, I'm just not interested to use this old bear breaker block that was useless to me, because market has already traded from this breaker block here and cleared the liquidity. So I'm not believing this breaker block anymore. If I avoid this breaker block from my chart, then what the next period I have? 15-minute last FVG. Body has closed from 15-minute chart below this last FVG. So I'm also not interested to use this 50-minute last FVG to take the buy. What else do I have? This new day opening gap low. If I would love to use this new day opening gap low, I have to go against new week opening gap, which is much more stronger rather than this new day opening gap. I am not interested to go against this. What I'm doing here, just missing the trade. I'm not taking any losing trade. I'm not taking any profit. I'm just watching the market. It's difficult for me. I'm not taking the trade. It's easier for you. Go for the trade. I don't see the logic to go for the buy right now. I'm not taking the buy. You can say, brother, when you are looking for buy, this market is falling. When you are looking for sell, this market is going higher. Of course, it is happening right that way. And I'm going to leave the run today. It's difficult for me, not going to take any trade. If it fall, I'll try to catch a sell. If it doesn't fall, I'm not going to take any trade. That's all. I think my point is absolutely clear. Right now, I'm not interested to take any short of buy to this market. I will only try to take the sell. I think I'm already late. I think I'm already late, but if it doesn't give me one more entry, I'll try to take the entry from the water block, because this candle should be the entry candle. I think I'm already late, but let's see if it can give me one more opportunities to enter. Come on, brother, one more time. If it doesn't give me that, I'll try to take the entry from this water block. So I took the entry from the order block, as I missed the entry from this fair value gap. As you saw that I just was like 1 second late, I guess, something like that. As I missed the entry from this word, I mean, sorry, fair value gap, I took the entry from this order block, highest up close body close candle, and would love to see if it can, I can hold the trade as long as it fall. Okay. Stop loss is just above this gap. If it violates this gap, that means it's not going to fall before clearing that high. So it is a logical level for me to put the stop loss. The only barricade is this old FBG. If this FBG is broken, I'll be safe to go for the sell side liquidity. So the first trade for today, we'll see if it works or not. Okay. I have to take a partial below this low. I just don't know how to take the partial. I think I tried it yesterday one time. I just don't remember how did I take that partial level. So today I'm not going to do that, because I really don't have any idea how did I do that. So I'll just let the market fall as long as it can fall, catch the full run by trailing the stop loss. I have to cover the mean threshold, sorry, here. Just the mean threshold of this order block has been covered by my stop loss. So if it doesn't want to go lower, it can violate this mean threshold of this order block and stop me out. Otherwise, it will keep falling. I'll hold the trade. Okay. So entry is 65, 65, 165 is the entry, and I think there could be a partial level here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where, but yeah, we'll see. Just one trade. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, I'll let this go. I just don't know how to take the partial, so I'm not taking any short of partial. I'm just letting the market fall. As long as it will fall, I'll try to trail my stop loss. But if any of you are maybe in this trade, you can look for the partial level by, like the way 1:1 partial, then hold the trade for by putting the stop loss to the break even, whatever the way you do that. Okay, stop me out. I think still I have the opportunity. Let me see it. Still I have the opportunity. Trail the stop loss faster. Worries. As long as this high is not taken. If this high is taken, maybe I won't be able to take any sort of sell from here anymore. If this high is taken. That high is taken, so I can't take any short from there anymore. I have to wait for the new PDRA. However, there was a good opportunity to take the partial, but as I told, I just don't know how to take the partial. Just I don't know that how to take the partial, so I let this go. Just wanted to see if it can keep falling, but if I could take the partial, put the stop loss to the break even, that could be awesome. Just trying that deep seek over here. I mean that area, how to trade this chart. Just trying to figure this out. So the entry was over here from this water block, which was kind of 165 market fall until 132, so near about 33 handle has been delivered. But as I told, I don't really know how to take the partial, so I didn't take the partial. I let the fall go. It can fall in, otherwise it will keep start to keep going higher. I have to let this go. As long as it's not building the water block or making a 15-minute bullish FVG, I can't take any sort of buying opportunity. I'm not able to take the buy. If optimal trade entry levels are 320380. 30380. You are expecting this market is going to fall from there? Good, brother. Good thing. If this market wasn't falling, I mean, if it wouldn't close below this gap, below that gap over here, I would be able to catch the run over here because I need the reaction from the last FBZ, but it closed below this gap. That has stopped me to think about a buy anymore. Yeah, I can see it's a fake breakout, but the area it has given me that fake breakout is actually too low over here. I really don't want to see it will come until that area, then give me the reaction from there. As it didn't give me that, I'm not looking for any sort of buy. Any short, it will give me the selling opportunity. I'll try to catch that sell. That's all. If it would love to go higher, for example, for this buy side liquidity, I will wait until this gap is broken, then I'll start to think about buy again. Otherwise, I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity. Sorry guys, I'm just switching this chart to that chart, because from 1 minute chart I'm just taking the what is I mean the PD array from 1 minute chart, and I'm trying to execute that PD array from 15-second chart. So I'm watching here this last FVG as well as this old last FVG. Can it work as an inverse way, because it didn't respect it before, it didn't tap over here after closing. So can it be respected, which is aligned with this last FVG from the 1 minute chart. So I'm just trying to catch both of them from here to there. So I'm watching it from here. If it provide me the opportunity from there, I'll go for the trade. That's why I'm just switching the chart from here and there. I'm just afraid to go for the sell from this 22 YT model, because this gap is really strong. I really want to see this gap to be broken at first before going for the sell. Not interested to go for the trade from this 22 YT model, just because of this gap is respecting so beautifully. The 50% of this gap is respecting so beautifully. So we'll wait for this gap to be closed, then we'll take the sell again. I just put this limit order so that people can understand that what I'm looking for. Body will close below, then I will took the sell. For now, I'm just going to remove this gap, because you see there is some line is actually written. I don't know, see these lines. I'm not asking any of you to copy my trade. Go for your analysis, go for your trade, because today again the contradictory has happened. I don't know why these people actually happen like that way. I mean, every single day is not my bias is right? Sometimes I'll be wrong, and I'm absolutely okay with that. If my bias is not right, then you will force me to go toward your bias. Please don't do that. 11 a.m. candle, Judas swing happened, manipulation happened. Can it fall? Start to fall right now. order block from the 22 YT model. Still, I can't believe it because this can hold the market. So just waiting for the confirmation, it's not going to hold the market, sending it lower. So waiting for that specific kind of scenario here. This is gonna be the last trade, and I hope it's not going to be a huge stop loss. See that? To observe this gap, it should not be broken. That means market should not close above this gap. I'm just watching it. Can it close above this gap or not? It should not close above this gap. It should hold it. Closed below this gap, we'll go for that sell. I wish it will take me. I wish it will take me. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. A bit more, a bit more. Come on, come on. I wanna mitigate my loss. Man, the problem to use this platform. Last trade for today, at least for this morning session. So put the stop loss in the most logical level, and I know there can be some sort of reaction from this gap. So while it will tap to this gap, I'll put my stop loss, try to put my stop loss to the break even. Just try to put the stop loss break even while it will come here, as I can't take the partial. So while it will tap to this gap, we'll try to take the partial. That's all. Sorry, not try to take the partial, will trail the stop loss actually. 7 should be covered. 7 has been covered by the stop loss. I'm absolutely safe over there. Top of this gap is 186. 186. What is that? 186. 186 is the most logical level that market can reverse here, that area. And more precisely from this gap. So well, it will tap over here, which is the this gap over here from 1 minute chart. It has a possibility to reverse over there, but continuous, I mean 50% of this gap is actually the last FVG from 15-second chart, which is the most precise area. So hope it will work. Last trade for this morning session. If I close the trade right now, my loss will be mitigated. Oh man, I need an speed right now, like this type of candle, one candle like this, because then this consolidation area will be a strong resistance for me. I'm already in a profit, huge profit. I could take some partial over here. I'm not interested to hold this trade anymore. The reason is it came to the 1 minute last FVG. So the reaction can send the market higher. I'll get stopped out. I'm not interested to see that. Either it will keep going through these gaps over here like with speed, or it will stop me out over here. I'm just not able to take the partial, so I'm not taking the partial. But this is the best area to take the partial over here, which is 1 minute last FVG. More importantly, the 15-second last FVG over here. Just I'm not able to take the partial, so I'm not taking it. I'll just move the stop loss over here above this consolidation zone. I think a bit higher here. If I survive, I'll survive. If I don't survive, I'll just let this go. 220 should be covered. 220 has been covered. Perfect. From 1 minute chart, I have this highest up close body close candle. The high of this highest up close body close candle should be covered. I have covered it by my stop loss. If it reverses, stop me out, I'm just done for the day. But it's more than enough for being profitable over here. You can see the, I mean, sorry, the fall. Unfortunately, I wanted to take the entry from here. I just missed this entry. If I could take the entry from here, maybe I would be able to put my stop loss to the break even. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that. So I took the entry from this small gap over here. See this gap, small gap. Just the institutional order flow to entry deal, tried to catch it from there, got it from there, covered that gap only. Now I wanna see it will go through this with speed. If it doesn't do that, reversed, stop me out. I'm absolutely okay with that. For example, any of you are in this trade right now, it has provided you near about how many handle? I think how many handle did you get actually? I think 28 handle, something like that. Good for taking partial. It's respecting from this 1 minute last FVG, which I don't want to see, because if it hold the market, send it higher, I'll get stopped out over there. Unfortunately, I got stopped out again. So two loss over here. Unfortunately, I was not able to hold it as long as it would love to fall. I knew that it could reverse from there, some kind of reaction, or anything from this 1 minute last step busy. But as I told, I just don't know how to take the partial to this platform. I tried in a different way, but that was the last trade. Both of these trade has provided me the opportunity to take the partial. Both of this trade I took, but unfortunately I don't know how to take the partial. I was not taking the partial. I was trying to hold the trade as long as it was going to fall by trailing the stop loss, and I just got stopped out, and absolutely okay with that. You get stopped out, brother. Got stopped out. It can recover 50% the week, hourly week. Of course, it can do that. It's a bearish market to me, but I was just not able to keep the stop loss over here. I have to go for re-entry again over there, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. Just stop over here, wait for the PM session to see if I can do that. But here, the run around here is more than enough to cover your profit. I mean, loss or whatever. This is not even a loss over here. This is not even a loss because it has provided you huge run. Okay, this is a huge market, so it has provided you huge run. If you take the partial and put your stop loss to the break even, you're safe. At the same time, here happened as well. So kind of 181 entry was from this gap. So 181 to 12. So it's near about 30 handles, something like that. It was a 30 handle run. A small consolidation, but it's still 30 handle run. More than enough for being profitable. How do I do that, Sujiban? Yesterday I did it one time, but I just don't remember how did I do that. Later I tried, but it didn't work. So I have no idea how to do that. Manually, how can I do that? I mean, okay, so I have to do it and then took the sell, right? Something like that. Or can I put the limit order? Limit order will work as well. Okay, I'll check that actually today. It's a good idea. On the right hand side, you see the buy and sell button. Yeah, I can see it. I have to put the market order and just close as okay. I have to cover that as well. Okay, okay, okay. I'll see that. Ah man. So it came to this last AVG reacting from there. Maybe this will go higher now because it has built this order block around that area. Trade this order block. It's a good opportunity to take think about a buy right now, as it's nearly the lunch hour. Not interested to go for any other trade for this morning session. We'll see the PM session. I framed two trade. Both of this trade has provided you a perfect partial. Both this trade here, the run was kind of 30 handles, something like that, 30-35 handles. So I remember. Let me actually recheck that. I took the entry from the order block. It was 165, fall until 165, 133. So near about 33 handle. That cell has provided 33 handle. This cell has provided 30 handle. Both of them has provided a partial opportunity. None of them are losing trade. I just clearly told I don't know how to take that partial, so I was not able to take the partial, put the stop loss to the break even. If I wouldn't, I could do that. I would be safe over here. Today's morning session, not even a single losing trade. Even this market was extremely wrong. I was extremely wrong about my bias. I hope it will help you a bit. I will tell you every day, inshallah, what trade is a losing trade. What happened? Hey Bijaro, but I appreciate you teaching us. Thank you, no, thank you so much, brother. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much, brother Sujiban. I'll try that. Walaikum salam. Are you Chinese? How are you? চিনছেন আমাকে ভাইয়া? No, I didn't know who are you. I never saw the name before. I think so. To give some basic ideas on dealing range concepts, go to the YouTube channel. You will find a video about the dealing range, brother, inside the study folder. Observe it. I hope you'll get the point from there. Guys, I would love to close the stream because I have to take this trade. I don't want to take this in this live because a lot of things, but I can't give up this trade. It's a really good opportunity. Whoever is interested to leave the like live right now, go for that. I'd love to go for this trade. I'm not interested to see any of your judgment. I'm not asking any of you to go for this trade. I would go for this if I were closing the trade. So if it is a losing trade, winning trade, I don't care. I'll go for this trade one more time. Loss is just above this area. So 96 handle loss. I'll observe or I'll digest this loss. I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm just watching the reaction from the last FVG from 1 minute chart sent the market higher to trade some unfinished business from here around that area. I don't know. I think it has retested this gap one more time. We'll have to go for C fall again one more time. So this is the last. I would go for that after closing the stream. I'm not interested to see any of your judgment. So please don't, I mean, stop judging me. It's a losing trade. I'm absolutely okay with that. My loss is kind of, like 200 something. It will be like 200 something. And I'm absolutely okay with that. My stop loss is one tick above this high because there is some relatively equal highs over here. If this market really would love to go higher and take that relatively equal highs, it will go for that high. I don't need to cover that all-time high over here, which is this high. I can simply cover this high because it should leave this relatively equal highs over here open, and then it should keep falling. As it is not going to fall by taking this buy side liquidity, it would love to keep going higher. I'll stop over there. I mean, that's gonna be the last for me. So this entry is just for me. I'm not interested to any of you to judge me or to go for this trade. Please. Thing is working. Catch that run. Trade is done, price action is done. Please close the stream. I mean, just you can guys can go. I will just go my trading. My maximum loss is $300 over here. So as long as I'm not hitting the $300, I'll try to keep going for the trade. The PDRs I'm going to use here, you will not understand. So please don't ask me any question as well. I'm just going to enter into the lunch hour. So me see. I can do the limit order. If it works or not. What happened? And nothing bad happened. He didn't got out at school. I can't hold anything. Not I'm not feeling good to good to let this go. Not getting one-sided run. I need one-sided run. That run, if I could take it from there, that could be awesome. But that was not enough. Can't hold it until that area. 9600 extra loss. Okay. Not working the way I wanted to see it will work, but okay. Needed a run like this at the beginning of the run and then fall. Unfortunately, it's not doing that. Wanted to take a short-term buy until this buy side liquidity from here, but it I have to cover this last FBC as well, which is nearly impossible for me. So while I have seen this entry FBC has been traded over here, wanted to catch the trade from the order block, but it's also not going to work. Tried to add the PDRS by trailing the stop loss, as long as it's not kind of like uh not giving me huge loss, so safe. But the one thing is, market is not giving me the run when I'm entering. It's just retracing. I'm just catching the retracement leg. I need to catch the reversal leg, not the retracement leg. So while I try to catch that run, I was just interested to see if I could catch one type of run like this way. So if it could take me over there, I could stop over there. I didn't need to trade anything else. From there to there, that could be enough for me to mitigate all of my losses. But it's not. It didn't do that, so I have to let this go. I keep going for the trade, just the reason that how many trades I have taken, still it's like I know it's $96 extra loss over here, but it's still not a huge loss kind of in this type of volatile market. If I would go for the real, I mean like the partial way, maybe I could cover some of the losses, but it's okay as it didn't work. Let's go. As well as I think PM session can be a good opportunity, but I'll just not take any trade here to this account if I don't see anything, something like best 22 IT model or breaker block. If I find only the breaker block or the 22 IT model, maybe I'll take that trade. And also working like yesterday's PM, I mean, sorry, the launch was beautiful. I actually caught the run, but today I'm just not able to catch the run. None of this run. I'm just getting entered into the retracement leg. Yeah, guys, I think tomorrow will be a better day. Oh no, tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow will be a better day. Have CPI on Friday. We have the CPI, then tomorrow is gonna be also the disaster. We have the CPI, so Thursday tomorrow is gonna be also difficult, I think. Until the CPI, then maybe market will work better. Yeah. Dow started to move higher since 10:50 a.m. Macro dollar has been dropping. Yes, ES SMT with NQ. Oh man, how long ago you give me that message? I didn't see that. It's not working. Bro, you revenge trading, stop and take breathe for 5 minutes. That's why I told that I don't know. I wanna close the stream because the things I'm doing here, you're seeing I'm taking the losing trade, but you're not seeing how many handle it's moving and how many loss I'm taking when I'm getting the losses. How many loss I'm taking and how many handles it's moving whenever I'm entering. Except this last entry, however, except that entry. Every single time, how many handle it has moved. And if you have seen when I pushed the button, how many times I had the opportunity to cover that leg. I'm not interested to use this account to pass it or doing something else. I'm here trying to catch the leg. I'm just trying to learn how I can catch the leg by this account. That is the only thing. So you can see like yesterday, the day before yesterday, yeah, that is also a reason I'm not able to. I didn't know how to take the partial, to be honest, but at the same time it was also in my mind, can I catch the big leg? Can I catch the big leg? That was also in my mind. So I was not watching how many losses I'm taking. Do I need to mitigate loss? If I can pass this account, I was not looking for any of them. If you don't believe me, go back and see every single time I took the entry, how many handle it has provided me, or how much money did it provide me. If I just think like that way, just I'll close the trade exactly at the level. I will mitigate the trade, then the next trade I'll go, it will fall a bit more. Next period I'll close it. I will be here. It would be like the profit. Like yesterday, when I told that I'm gonna mitigate my loss, I just mitigate that loss. I wanted to mitigate it yesterday, so I mitigate that. But in this account, I'm just interested to see, can I catch the leg, the big leg? People are catching the big leg. Okay, so I'm trying to catch that big leg, another buying opportunity from here. If you don't like, just leave. I'm absolutely okay with that, brother. I just wanted to close the stream because I know that people start to get panic because it's a losing trade and market. I'm just doing keep taking entries, keep taking entries, keep taking entries. I'm watching the PDRs. I'm saying what is going to happen. This gap over here, small that gap, it will hold the market, send the market until this gap. After that, this market will take the decision, do I want to go higher, do I want to fall. So if I would love to take the entry from this gap by covering this low or maybe that low, I just didn't cover that low, but just here, because I don't want to see this market break this gap. It will hold this gap, I mean candle, send it until this gap, then it will decide, is it going to fall or is it going to keep going higher. So until here, I will be safe. After that, I have to take the decision. Should I close the trade? Should I hold the trade? I'm just trying to hold the trade while it is reaching to this specific gap. Keep watching how it is going to work. And stop loss just below this lows. More importantly, just cover the high of this gap because it should not come back again to this gap to take that low. Should respect this area. More importantly, this gap. I don't know you can see it or not. This gap over here should hold the market, send it to this specific gap. So here to here it should be safe. After that, I have to take the decision. In the meantime, if it fall and take that low, I'll get stopped out over here around this area where it should not reach by violating this gap. So I'll just show you in a moment while it will reach over here what should I do around that area. In the meantime, close, stop me out here. I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm not going for like this low or that low, not interested to see that. Saw this 22 YT model. After clearing the liquidity, this low has been cleared over here, built a swing high, gave me a market structure shift. FVG, there is no FVG. It can trade this water block one more time. Mid threshold, this water block has been covered by my stop loss as well as the high of this gap. My stop loss in a very safe place. Go from this gap to until this gap. Decide where you want to. Do you want to go through this gap, keep going higher, or do you want to reverse from that area? So that is the only thing I'm watching over here. If I would love to close this trade, I can simply close it over here, that I'll get a profit over there. I'm just not interested to close the trade over here. Instead of that, I'd love to see, can it break this gap and can I hold the trade? That's my intention over here, to do all of these trades in this account. So I'm not focusing on mitigating my loss or like taking or passing this account or something like will go for the payout or something, nothing like that way. This gap top can be traded. So stop loss just covered the top. Stop me out here means it is going to take that low. More importantly, this low can be taken or maybe this will go for that low. So I don't need to hold all of this area. We'll just put the stop loss over here. Got stop me out. I'm absolutely okay with that. Didn't stop me out. I'll just go and hold the trade as long as it's not reaching over here around that area. However, it's not something like I will be able to convince you, because when you see the market, you keep seeing the profit and loss. I keep seeing how the PDRs are going to be respected. So if I can break the PDRs and can hold the trade, that will help my stream to attract more people, because then I will be able to go against the 1:1 partial. So I don't need to wait for the 1:1 partial over here. If I keep trading over here around this area, either it will be blown or it will be like I'll pass it. I have already one passing account from the Blue Guardian futures. I just don't know it's active yet or not, because it's been a long, I didn't take any trade to that funded account from Blue Guardian futures. I got this account. I'm just trying to find out if I can just do that. So I'm not here think about to pass this account. So it's been like how many days? I think it's 6 days, something like that. So every day I'm just doing for 1-2 micro contract to go for like big run. So after getting 100 handle, my profit is gonna be $200 or maybe maximum $150, something like that. I know that I will not be able to pass this account because I don't want to blow this account. Instead of that, would love to go for 2 micro contract, 3 micro contract, maximum 5 micro contract to catch, to hold the trade as long as I want to hold it. So that is the reason for pushing so many buttons over here. However, I was just interested to see if I can do that, break the my rules and go for the runner. That I always stop. I just keep telling you, stop looking for the runner. Instead of that, go for the partial 1:1 partial, close the trade as soon as possible. But it's always gonna be better or beautiful if we can hold the trade for the runner. It's my opinion again, guys. I'm just not here to get your opinion. My trade should be done by the morning session. No trade is valid inside this PM session, sorry, lunch hour. Around this morning session, I took two trade. Both of these trade has provided me 35 handle, 30 handle. 30 plus 35 handle has provided me. I was just not interested to manage my trade, to take the partial, put stop loss to the break even. I didn't do anything like that way. So those people who are telling revenge trade or everything, I hope my point is clear to you. I actually don't do that in live. I do it by myself, by closing the stream. But as you guys are here, kept doing that. Look at my profit right now, $300. Okay, if I close it right now, my stop, I mean, sorry, loss will be $230, something like that. It will be like that. I'm not interested to mitigate my loss. I'm just trying to see that can I hold the trade as long as it's falling. Can I hold the trade? That is just my intention, to catch a leg, not something like stop loss or something. Not something like that. Seriously. What I am missing? Why it's not falling? High of this gap, 186. I don't know. I'm not able to look for that run I needed. It's because of the time. It can be, brother. It can be because of the time. Of course, it can be because of the time, but just need a fall for the level I need to see to fall. It's not getting it. I'm not interested again to mitigate my loss or everything. If I wanted to do that, I could do that by just 2 to 3 trades. I'm just interested to catch the leg. Like it will keep falling, I'll catch the leg, like here, this fall. But at the beginning of the leg, I'm not getting that point. That's the problem over here. I think because of the time, it's not working. Every single trade I'm framing here, if 1 or 2 trade is losing trade, it's not matter at all, but most of the entries is giving me more than enough to take the profit. I am just interested to catch the leg, and I'm not getting it. I think it's because of the time, as Suziman told. Yesterday's lunch hour was good, even though I didn't hold the trade for the leg, because yesterday I was just interested to mitigate the loss, as I told in the morning session. I'll just go for the mitigating the loss, but it's okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, not the right time. We are inside of lunch. Absolutely, brother. So yesterday lunch hour, I just mitigated the loss. I didn't hold the leg, but I think that's the problem because of the time. That's why I'm not getting the leg I needed to catch. It's okay. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. This way account, I'll just keep trading as long as I'm just not getting the leg. While I'll get that leg, I'll just hold that leg. So near about like 70, 80, 100 handle, something like that. I'm still bearish. I'm still thinking that market will fall, but while it is going higher, I just think if it can take that buy side liquidity one more time before falling. But as it didn't do that, respected from this last FVZ, so just thought that okay, let's try when this last FVZ is broken, take the sell from there. As long as the liquidity is not going to be clear, so from here there is some liquidity 111 around that area. Where is that area? I think here somewhere. That is that lows, relatively equal lows. I was just interested to see if it could fall until that relatively equal lows, then like some kind of reaction, then it will fall again. But it didn't do that. I think it's because i'm I'm picking the wrong time right now. It's not the right time, I guess. Right, it's okay. I know you don't use 5 minute, but it retraced 5 minute bearish order block, brother. You don't need that bearish order block. You see this high of this new week opening gap. If I was framing the trade, I was really interested to go for my own trading, then I would simply either close the trade over here or take the entry over here, sorry, partial over there, put the stop loss to the break even. After reaching over here, I wouldn't add more. I wanted to see it will just, I will just catch the leg. The leg is going to fall. I don't need 5 minute chart if I would love to use. If you go to the 1 minute chart as well, you can see this high has been cleared over here, which is a shallow run, of course. Market fall, build relatively equal lows. Market came here, trade this last FVZ, this inverse gap. I can simply take the entry from that inverse gap until to the top of this new week opening gap, or maybe until I could hold the trade until the consequent crossment of this new week opening gap. It didn't reach over there, even though I don't need 5 minute chat. If you would love to use the 5 minute chat, you're always welcome to do that. I have no problem with that. Go for that 5 minute chat. For me, if you're executing your trade from 1 minute chart, at least 1 minute chart, okay? Then you can't use this 5 minute chart for your trading. If you would love to go for 30-second chart, not 15 second, 30-second chart, this 5 minute chart is important for you. Otherwise, this 5 minute chart is useless everywhere. Absolutely everywhere it's useless. You can see it came here. It's retracing from a random level from 5 minute chart. Absolutely a random things. Now, of course, I have the new week opening gap high over here, but I'm not talking about that 1 minute. Sorry, the new week opening gap. Just let's look at the 5 minute chart. What happened to this 5 minute chart? I'll show you this 1 minute chart at first, then I'll show you the 5 minute chart. So from 1 minute chart, what happened? Market came here, take all the liquidity. After taking all the liquidity, if I come on my left, let me see if I can find something from 1 minute chart. It have nothing. Specifically, I have simply nothing over there from 1 minute chart. Unfortunately, I have nothing from 1 minute chart. So it just simply cleared the liquidity, reversed from there, come to this gap, take the liquidity, fall on more time, went higher, came to this 1 minute last FBZ here, this candle high, that candle low, trade that, fall on more time, 1 minute last FBZ, send the market higher, cleared that high over here, then fall again, cleared that low, send the market higher again, 1 minute last FBZ, trade from there, fall one more time, trade this order block, more importantly coming higher. How far it will go, I really don't know, because I want to see it will keep falling right now, because it left that sell side liquidity this low and that low, relatively equal lows. It should react from this water block from 1 minute chart. That means it will trade the low of this water block here, that low, and then it will fall again for this relatively equal lows. In my 15-second chart, I'll go over there, I'll look for sell again from there for this relatively equal lows over there. Let's go the 5 minute chart. In 5 minute chart, first let me see what do I have over there. I have nothing over there from 5 minute chart as well. And if I come over here, because it is closed below this area, rejected from there, trade this 5 minute gap over here, which is a very important gap because of the entry gap. I agree with you. Trade that gap, fall, didn't trade anything. You can say this order block has been traded. Agree with you. Go back again, trade this 5 minute gap again over here, then fall again, build the relatively equal lows. It has traded this order block again. Now it is going higher again. What is going to respect over here? From 1 minute chart, I showed you that it should go respect that 1 minute order block, but from 5 minute chart, what you are going to use here? Do you want to think this market will keep going higher? If you think like that way, tell me what it is going to. Okay, let's go for that. What do you think, brother? What is going to happen next? 50-minute candle, 10:15 is a order block. Thank you. Yes, sir, that is a order block. We have already talked about that if I would love to look for the buy again, then it has to build an as an order block, then it has to trade this order block, then it has to go higher. I'm just not thinking about buying anymore. I'm just thinking if it can keep falling. Of course, it can keep going higher again after clearing all of this liquidity. Trade the low of the bearish PT array from the daily chart. This is the low of that bearish PT array. Trade that low, and now it would love to really go higher. It can do that, but it seems like what to say, I mean, the second destroy day to me, because it cleared previous day high, previous day low, came until here and rejecting from there again. From my lower time frame as well, it's just doing the second destroy. First it went higher, cleared the buy side liquidity, fall, cleared the sell side liquidity, consolidating around that area. So it can of course start to go higher again, but I need a bullish fair value gap from 15-minute chart to look for the buy. As long as there is no bullish fair value gap from 15-minute chart, I'm not confident enough to take the buy. Of course, this is one of the best order block around that area. Perfectly, it can respect that order block, can start to go higher for this buy side liquidity. I just need an fair value gap from 15-minute chart to look for a bullishness again to this market. If I don't get the bullishness, I think uh, how to say that this sell side liquidity can be the next target over here. It all depends on the market right now, what it is going to do. I could simply look for the buy if one candle doesn't close below this 50-minute last FBZ. So as the 50-minute candle closed below this last FBZ, I know it's a fake breakout, but still I'm not feeling good to think about the buying to this market. I am bullish from my higher time frame, from everywhere. I want to see this market will keep going higher, but I need some kind of PTR over here that will help me to hold the bullishness. As long as I'm not going to get it, I'll keep looking for selling opportunity as long as this market is below this gap over here, this gap prior to 930. So if it is below this gap, I'll keep thinking about the selling opportunity. If it closes above this gap, which is prior to 930, then I can start to think about a buy again for this buy side liquidity according to my higher time frame higher time frame point of interest. I was never been bearish today, but unfortunately the price is right now, the way it is reacting, I should keep looking for sell. From 15-second chart, every trade I have framed, there is just two trades that didn't work. First one is here, that one, and not that one, sorry, my mistake. It was, where, yeah, I think it was here. That was the trade. It didn't work around that area. This trade didn't work. And here was another trade. Actually, it didn't work. These two trades just didn't work. Every single other trade has given me more than enough for being profitable. Just more than enough. Every single other trade. Go back, recheck if you have any confusion. Just two trade didn't work. However, I wanted to catch the leg. I wanted just the leg. Okay, so for example, that leg, if I could take the buy here and maybe hold the trade, or if I could take the sell here, hold the trade, this sell from here to here, I would be happy to catch that leg. Not interested to about the losses over here. Interested to see, can I catch the leg? That was my only interest. And in the meantime, can I pyramid the trade, add more contract over there? If I could do that, I'll be very happy over here. But as it is not doing that, I should not be happy. This water block, it should hold the market. See this water block, it should hold the market, send it keep lower for this relatively equal lows. It's my opinion again. I can't just look for the buy anymore. I have to wait for either the 50-minute gap, bullish gap, or market has to close above this bearish gap, or sorry, bullish gap, so that I can use this gap as a reclaimed gap. But otherwise I can't think about any sort of buy. Here, when it appeared on the chart here, I was thinking, can it go for this obvious liquidity one more time? Just because of that, I framed that buying opportunity over there. Otherwise, I would keep looking for the selling opportunity. I believe NQ is going up to take the obvious buy side liquidity at during lunch macro, then reverse to continue moving lower in PM session. Can happen, brother. Overall, I really would love to see the market keep going higher from the weekly and daily chart. So if it prove me wrong here and doesn't fall, I'll be very happy for that, because in that type of scenario, I can keep looking for the buying opportunity next few days as long as the all-time high is not going to be cleared. But if it clearly fall from here, if it keep falling according to the price action, fall in my opinion. But if it keep falling, that's going to be very difficult for me for next few days, as long as it's not either going for that all-time low or it's not going to build any beautiful bullish PDRA. It's going to be so difficult for me to trade next few days. I need this market to make something which is really easier for me to catch. So either it has to decide, does it want to go higher? If it would love to really go higher, it should show that bullishness by today. If it doesn't do that and keep showing me the bearishness, internal liquidity, then it's going to be difficult for me for next few days to going for that. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here. I will keep trading here as long as I'm not blowing the account or I'm not going to catch that leg. I will do that because I need that. I need to feel that pain, so I'm not going to stop. But if I wanted to mitigate my loss or something like that, I could have done long ago in live here by sitting in front of you guys. Thank you so much for being over here. See you tomorrow. Not hoping something good is going to happen tomorrow, but still we'll see. Until tomorrow, cheers guys.